about to run out.
Yeah, Ziz will go for the Desolator build. He's picked up the recipe already, but still pretty far away from his mithril hammers. And how's Swindle doing here? Drum power treads. Okay, a little bit different. Going for some extra attack speed, extra stats. And
I think it's good. The extra mana is
next.
definitely very, very needed. I feel like a lot of Embers are phasing away from the phase boots, actually. The phase is great for chasing, but you can already do that just by using Fire Remnants. Obviously, if you phase, I think it shoots out faster, maybe, but he's fine with treads. The treads is good, and it helps against a single target as well. Phase is really all about abusing Sleight of Fist. Treads is just good for overall damage versus one hero.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about how Ember is one of those carries that struggles in terms of mana pool, so having that extra bout of intelligence to swap to can be the make it or break it in those clutch moments. Checking in on Moon Meander here, he's now got the mech secured on his Dark Seer as well as just a casual cloak for now, so all that early farm is paid off. For one of Complexity's big teamfight items. I don't believe there's a mech on the Dire. Nope, not even started.
I wonder what the Naga Siren's going to build this game then, because a lot of Naga games we've been seeing either mech or medallion, but there's already a medallion on Clink, so I don't think he'll build one there. I wonder if he will just go for the greedy rush into Radiance, but his skill build doesn't look like that because he hasn't gotten a lot of mirror images, which increase your farming speed. So I'm interested to see. I'm really not sure what he'll grab. Maybe a pipe. He could go pipe, I guess.
I mean, maybe something like Vlad's to help out the team with auras.
You don't need that much physical resistance this game, and you could give lifesteal to Clinks and Ember Spirit, but I think it's better that he goes pipe if anything. But it's not a very good item for solutions.
Is going double Solar Crest not worth it? I mean, if he ends up going that, I mean, that's a really common item on Naga. Ziz will probably get one as well. He's already got that medallion.
Maybe if I Mushi. That's a 4-shot. Oh, he pops Yules. It's going to buy him a second, but
he's still going down.
He's still dead.
His teammates are inbound, though. Ohio does have an Echo Slam. We'll hold it for now. Complexity, they want to get aggressive here. They're ready to chase this down and see if they can find some more. Swindle will have a slight in 10 seconds. He'll just be forced to go to the tower.
That cooldown is way too long there, and he didn't want to go aggressive. He does hit Ohio with some damage, but he's got Tranquils. Oh, Medallion comes through. 3-shot on Keswick, but he'll surely Grave. There's the Grave going down. Weaves will dunk on Ziz. He's in trouble. He gets blown up immediately there. Swindle trying to turn around to help out, but nope, not going to work out. And they just shouldn't have gone for that, I think. They were too much time looking at each other, and they were going to be ready for the initiation, and it did not work out.
Yep. They did get the Tier 1 tower, though. It was killed by the Radiant. If Moon was there, I think they could have done a dive like that because he's the mech carrier. But without your mech, that's a pretty risky play.
And he even mechs the creep wave, and himself, of course, to try to push the tower as much as possible. And like I said last game, it's one of the really good things that Complexity does is they pressure towers. Like, how often has the creep wave been top towards a Tier 2 tower? This means that now Phantom Lancer has to go here instead of potentially gank farming, like killing a hero and then pushing the wave out. It just splits a Fnatic and allows them to get those chances where they do go for kills.
Okay, so KYXY has his first Blade of Alacrity coming out. Curious if this is just a Yasha for some more farming, or if he'll go straight into that Diffusal Blade and look to get a little more combative here. PL doesn't really want to start fighting until he has both Diffusal and Manta. That's when you can pop in and burst somebody down.
You don't really need the Manta with the new PL. And the old PL, I would agree, but not so much. Ooh, fight.
Fly just gets blown up here in the Radiant Jungle. The ultimate from Zeus. More than enough to finish him off. Moon nearby. He'll hide behind the tower here, and they may try to dive him.
He had a cloak there, but he still got blown up. And an Urn slots HP. Yeah, Moon's in trouble.
Oh, yeah, they find him. They're going to dive it. He gets down the wall of Replica. He'll do what little he can. Vacuum onto Ohio to make an illusion, but all by his lonesome, he will be taken out. So a 2-0 going in favor of Fnatic. But, what was that about the PL?
Yeah, I don't think he needs Manta Style to be useful. I think Diffusal Blade route, he is going Yasha first.
Okay.
But I think a full Manta first is a mistake. He can remove himself from Searing Change is one thing, but he can also prevent that with Doppelganger. Yeah. So I'm not sure if Manta is really that build. If there was an Orchid on Clinks, you could go either Diffusal or Manta to remove that. So I'm not sure. I think Yasha into Diffusal Blade is pretty much the standard build to keep your farming speed big while still remaining relevant in team fights, and then afterwards he can decide if he wants to make the full Manta. I think that's the better build, personally.
Yeah, I agree, and that is definitely the most common. So time will tell. Medallion out on the Dazzle here, so that's one medallion apiece. Swindle did get the deny on that top Tier 1 tower, and he is closing in on this Battle Fury. He's got Broadsword, Perseverance, and 700 gold, so not too far away. Dire side, how's the item progression there? It's a Yule's Scepter on Mushi since he picked up the Hand of Midas, and not too much else besides that Yasha we've talked about already.
The support's obviously really lacking some items because of the amount of sentries they've placed, but they've absolutely paid dividends. And, you know, Johnny's actually decently farmed. Arcane Boots, Full Wand, Sage's Mask. Kesekimba has a lot of early items. Medallion and Urn of Shadows, both
he seems
really
decently
solid.
farmed, but relative to the supports on complexity, you've got Fly at 4.3k, and even this Naga at 3.3k net worth.
Yeah, that's the trade-off, basically. They spent all the Sentryroids, they got Observer Ward Vision, and they've got gold advantage right now. It is an actual advantage. The downside is that they don't have a huge amount of carry potential. It's basically just Mushi, who's a Zeus and very vulnerable to the cores of Cole right now, and they've also got a PL who's going to take maybe another item before he gets online.
Oh, Echo Slammer on the backside goes right on his Swindle,
Great
but
song.
Z-Freak, Song of the Siren to interrupt. Now Fly comes in. They'll set this up onto Ohio. Moon Meander does have a wall of replica, puts it down. Vacuum on 3. Ohio takes the Laguna Blade, but he's still alive. Compliments of Soul Rip. The Tombstones come down.
So
Ohio now gets graved up.
Ooh,
the
dies.
ultimate from Zeus will do a lot of damage and secure the kill onto Swindle. They don't have their Clinks with him here, and he's a huge part of the take a fight like that without their Clinks inbound. Especially given that he has a Desolator now. Oh, my.
And he was just right on top of Johnny, so he took 20% amp damage, and the Zeus just cut right through him. He used Flame Guard, obviously, but it only did so much.
That's a nice little bit of synergy that we didn't talk about, but you're right, the Flesh Golem can really make this Zeus scary.
I believe Ziz was also not there for that fight, possibly without a TP scroll, so maybe a little bit presumptuous for Complexity to fight that, but at least they only lost one hero. They did use the song, though, so cooldown for another 2 minutes after that duration, and the gem is the early pickup for Z-Freak.
Fly, he'll get caught out down in the bottom lane. Fissure to get it started, and Ohio gives him the old totem to the face. Not much Fly could do there. Ends up being a 2-0 if you want to count that as one fight. 14-6. Fnatic winning in kills. You look at that, and it seems like they'd be winning this game handily, but Complexity still holding on to a very minor net worth lead, about to be a break even. So even though they haven't been killing or fighting as much, Complexity is still farming the map pretty effectively.
Now, Darkseer has picked up a hood, so I think that's one place where Complexity is going to be sitting a lot better is when they do get the pipe. When they have the pipe, 400 extra HP for every hero, because you're going to take Zeus damage, you're going to take 400 points. It doesn't matter if he's targeting you, you're going to take Zeus ult, and you're going to take that AoE. So if they do get the pipe off, and I think they will be able to, because they're going to have Song, they'll Song when the initiation starts, they'll pipe everybody up right before it ends, and then they will fight. And if they get that big HP advantage from a pipe, I think they'll be in an okay place. Because the Clink's hard counters a lot of Fnatic's heroes. Very good against Undyne. Earthshaker's got a Ghost Scepter, though. He's super farmed. So I think Clink's may have to go Diffusal Blade afterwards to counter that. Maybe not the item he wanted to, but unfortunately his Desolator's late enough, and enemy heroes are doing well enough where it's necessary. God, actually Undyne's really farmed. He's got almost a mech now. Very, very close.
Wow.
About
yeah, that last fight really helped him out.
Yeah, did a lot.
Yep. Also, the passive magic resistance from the pipe will help just in these team fights to negate some of the effects of the Flesh Golem and all that other magic damage. So it's a great pickup just across the board. Fnatic getting more aggressive here. 4 heroes rotating to the bottom lane to pressure that tier 2. Ketchikimba not with them right now. He'll be mid. It's 3 heroes in the bottom lane. He's still hanging out with KYXY here in the mid lane. The Diffusal Blade right around the corner here, Purge, and he went for that build. The Yasha right into Diffusal, and he's only a couple hundred gold away. So now this PL will start to be a threat in these fights. Ohio in the tree line. He'll just TP out. They want to defend this tier 2.
Strafe is used. Pretty long cooldown on that one. KOXY is trying to stop it, but the tower's just gone. He's actually going to try to fight this.
Oh, no, Ohio! He echoes before the blink! That is a misplay. They don't get Swindle because of it. That is... I think he just...
A very rare mistake from him.
Yeah, that just a misclick.
He's 4-0 in 10. This guy knows what he's doing, but unfortunately for him, he missed that. Saw a little bit too much adrenaline there, and they lose the Ember kill because of it. He definitely would have died there. He even dodged the Zeus ult, I think. Oh my god, he just killed those Ancients so hard.
That double damage. Yeah, it makes a difference.
But that was a pretty big mistake there.
Now Ketchikimba, he will get the grave. He'll TP home. Ziz.
Also TP.
Will TP home as well. That was
At first I was like, is he waiting to try to last hit him?
Yeah, me too. And then, okay.
No, that's what you got to do, because there's a lot of catch on Fnatic now. With Zeus ult can find out where you are. Obviously it's on cooldown, but if there's a blink on Earthshaker, you have to seriously consider the fact that you might be stunned for 3 seconds, and that often leads to a kill.
Much different build from Fly this game. We've seen him play a lot of Lina so far today, and first game he's picked up a Glimmer Cape this early on.
Okay.
But Complexity do highly prioritize Glimmer Cape as one of their support items, and in this particular match, no one else has been going for it. There could be something Naga gets eventually, but she does not have much farm priority here.
It's a great anti-Zeus item. I mean, if he was having a really good early game, I'm sure he still would have gone Yules, but this is probably his fallback build if things aren't going. Still got a ridiculous amount of farm, and he actually farms so much as a support. He's actually got a ridiculous amount of farm for a support, so he's still relevant, but he hasn't been able to get kills out of that as well, unlike the previous games we saw him today.
Yeah, definitely that more defensive build, but certainly warranted. Also, the pipe completed on Moon, so things get a lot easier for Complexity. They'll have a minor window of opportunity here where they'll have pipe and mech before Fnatic finish up their mech unless it's completed on the Courier. Nope, that's the beginning of Mushi's Ags. Never mind, it's the conclusion of Mushi's Ags. He's already got the Staff of Wizardry and the Ogre Club.
A bit interesting to see him go Ags first. The general consensus is that going Ags is a mistake over Refresher because Ags increases your damage by about 100, whereas Refresher increases your damage by 100% because you're getting double the ult. But you have to go the Bloodstone first build to do that because you don't have the mana otherwise. He maybe could have done it with the Yules and the Arcane Boots, but instead he opts for Ags, gives him bigger burst damage with less committal to using all of his mana pool, which is kind of a cool trade-off.
Yeah. If you get the Ags and then use the ult basically every time it's up, you can maximize the DPS so it's a little more than the Refresher, but the real value of the Refresher is the burst. You can take the whole team down to half health before a fight starts in the middle of it. So it is about trade-offs, but you're absolutely right. Everyone that I've talked to has said, yeah, Ags just feels a little bit underwhelming when it's all said and done.
On the bright side, they might go on Moon Meander here. On the bright side with this build is that immediately after he gets Ags, he can now get Refresher, and then his ult combo does way more than the previous does, because then it would do up to 640, double that up to 1200 AoE magic damage to every enemy hero. That's so strong.
Even with a pipe on the entire team, it still just obliterates it and still does huge amounts of damage. So Tier 2 up top was taken out in that fight prior, so Swindle will just kind of poke at the high ground here, see if he can pull some reactions back. KYXY will be the one that rotates, while the rest of Fnatic are all grouped up in the Radiant jungle. Yeah, they're thinking about having a go here. Ohio in a great position, just hiding in the tree line, hoping that someone from Complexity may come near the creep wave so he can set up with a good echo.
They're going to find each other, though. Fly finds Mushi. Here comes